Hello, good morning. I hope everyone is good. Very good morning. So without wasting our time, let's get on to the topic only. So the very first question that we are going to do is from work power energy. Just let's do this one question. After that, we will be moving on to rotation. Okay. So again, I'm giving you here some 3 minutes. Take your time, read the question carefully and do it. In graph, like also try to see which one won't be at all correct, right? So try to also just nullify the options. I mean, just neglect the option, which one can't be true at all. So that will also help you in picking up the options. Done. Always we can go with that. No? If it is single choice, then okay. Like the option that you have given me, I will suggest just look carefully at this point. This one, collision is proportional to the force on the ball during the collision is proportional to the length of compression of the ball. Just think over it. Half of the portion you have cracked correctly actually. So like after ball is falling down, until that point you have got it correctly. But after that, what is happening? Done. So just see carefully over that also. Try to look over that. Okay, let me do this now. So what the question is, there is a tennis ball and it is being dropped on a horizontal smooth surface. Again, we need to pick each and every point of the question very carefully, right? So the ground on which ball is falling is a smooth surface. Its friction coefficient is what? 0. Now what is happening? This ball is coming down. It's falling here. And we have to draw the graph of what? Kinetic energy of this ball versus time. Done. So time starts from here at the point when ball is being dropped. So time is starting from here. So let's first see when ball is traveling from this height to the ground, what will be the profile of kinetic energy? So what will be the profile of velocity? We are dropping the ball. It means we are releasing it with 0 velocity, right? So what will be the velocity with time? So v equal to u plus at we can write. Then velocity will be in the downward direction, acceleration also in the downward direction, same direction. Initial velocity is 0. sorry. So V will be equal to what? It will be equal to GT. Done. So V equal to GT. Now kinetic energy we need to find out, right? So half mv square. Now what it will look like? Half mg square t square. So kinetic energy seems like some constant. If I call that constant as p, suppose, so some constant p into t square. So this is equation of what? You all are a maths student, right? You all remember the equation of parabola. It used to be like what? Y is equal to kx square. If equation is like this, it will be a parabola of something like this. And if it is if it is x is equal to ky square, it will look something like this, if I'm not wrong. Then, so here kinetic energy that is along the y-axis. So y equal to some constant into whatever variable is along the x-axis, that is t ka square. So the first, like from here to here, kinetic energy versus time graph will look like what? Look like an upward parabola. Done. So time can't be negative now. So my graph should start from here, origin, and it should go on like this. So here it is a downward parabola. Wrong. Here it may be correct. Here also from here to here it is upward parabola. It may be correct. But here also it won't be correct. Done. Yes, Nimesh. So now we have to choose between B and C. So how to choose between B and C? We don't need to now write any equation, anything. We just need to apply the logic. And what the logic is here, it is said that the moment ball is touching the ground, what is happening? During collision, ground is applying a force on the ball and vice versa is happening. And during that process, what is happening? This ball is getting compressed by some distance. So you have studied now, like in collision we have studied that in all kind of collision, be it elastic, inelastic, whatever it is, momentum is always conserved, but energy, that is kinetic energy, is not always conserved. Why at all is this? क्योंकि कोलिजन के टाइम पे क्या हो सकता है कि हो सकता है दो बॉल जब कोलाइड कर रहा हो तो एक बॉल दूसरे को कंप्रेस करे. कंप्रेशन यानी कि पोजीशन इज चेंजिंग. इट मींस some of its kinetic energy is getting converted into potential energy. Done. So no conservation of kinetic energy will happen in all sorts of collision. Only in elastic it happens. Done. लेकिन यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? Compression हो रहा है. It means कि whatever kinetic energy it was having just before the collision, suppose it was having cannot, that cannot will somewhat convert to potential energy. Done. And if totally it is getting converted, then it will get compressed to larger extent. All kinetic energy will get converted into potential energy. But what is happening here? Again, the ball is coming to its original shape, right? So again, that potential energy will get converted into kinetic energy and so on will happen. So chalo graph देखते हैं. So यहाँ पे if you see now, kinetic energy is remaining constant up to certain time interval. Is it possible? Kinetic energy will not remain constant. It will keep on converting to potential energy. So kinetic energy will fall. Done. So that fall is happening in the second graph only. So the second graph is correct. So देखो question कितना simple था. You only needed to write this वाला equation, and after that you just needed to see the question carefully. Answer मिल जाता. ठीक है? चलो. Correct answer is your B. Now in rotation, what type of question I have included? Just the basic one. Just I want to give you the idea of कि rotation में basic चीजें क्या क्या पता रखना है. ठीक है? So for here I will be giving you some 2 minutes of your time. Just solve it and let me know. Yes, Rishabh. चलो 1.5 minute I am giving. जल्दी से fast करके बताओ यार. Don't consume much time. ठीक है? Be fast and do it. हो गया? Yes. So many of answers I'm getting. चलो चलो जल्दी से बताओ और जो सारे लोग हो. यस भूमिका करेक्ट। चलो यानी कि सबको पता है ना, डन। तो जस्ट आई एम गिविंग यू अ क्विक रिवीजन हियर कि अगर हमारे पास डिस्क है एंड सपोज this disk is something like this, and its axis of rotation is passing through the center perpendicular to the plane, then we know the formula of moment of inertia that used to be mass of disk radius ka square divided by 2. And in moment of inertia what we can do is, since this is a scalar kind of quantity, so if moment of inertia is asked for any small portion, then what we can do, we can simply replace the mass of that small portion here. Like if this is in this question, a section of disk is there now. So for this section, if you have to calculate the moment of inertia, then what you will do, you will simply check what will be its mass. Done. And that mass you will be putting here to calculate its new moment of inertia. Done. So what will be the mass here? This section has a mass m. So if this section has a mass m, then its moment of inertia will be, so it's given now. This section has a mass m, everything is given. So it will be mr square by 2. Nothing else you needed to do here. है ना, अगर होल डिस्क का मास दिया होता तो निकालना भी होता, यहाँ तो कुछ नहीं करना, mr square by 2 डन। चलो ठीक है, on the same concept it is, just take some 1.5 minutes and do it, less than that even। चलो जल्दी से बताओ। क्या हुआ? What answer you people are getting? Nimesh, look carefully here. Like here, the section that you are cutting of this out of this disk is not having the same center as that of disk, right? Its center is here and its center is here. They are not concentric, right? Their centers are different. So the answer that you are getting now, that will be for concentric things. ठीक है? क्या करते हैं हम लोग, बेसिक लॉजिक क्या है, लॉजिक आप लोगों को भी पता होगा कि अगर हमारे पास, इफ यू आर हैविंग अ डिस्क एंड if some sections we are cutting out of it, or if any kind of geometry it is, and if some sections we are cutting out of it, so how we will calculate the moment of inertia? So moment of inertia of remaining portion will be written as what? Moment of inertia of the whole, moment of inertia of whole minus moment of inertia of the cut portion. ठीक है, वही होगा. Yes, no. So that is our logic now. This is the logic. So apply the logic now. So remaining I whole will be what? This is a disk of I whole. चलो मैं लिखती हूँ. How much it will be? This is a disk of mass 9m now, and its radius is how much? R. So its moment of inertia around O now. Around O it is talking about. So around O will be how much? Mass, that is 9m. R square, that is radius ka square, divided by 2. So this will be this. Yes. So this one we are going to get done. Now, what is the mass of this cut portion? Again, its moment of inertia, let's calculate. Total we have to, moment of inertia of remaining portion, we have to calculate about point O. Okay? But let's focus on this cut portion. Let's call it center as O dash. So the moment of inertia of this cut portion around O dash will be how much? So cut portion around O dash I am calculating. So this will be mass of cut portion. What will be its mass first? So whole disk has an area of how much? Whole disk has an area of pi r square, and its mass is how much? 9m. Cut portion has a radius, area of how much? Pi r square by 9. So it will have mass of how much? Just calculate the mass now. So its mass will be equal to how much? It will be equal to m. Done. So moment of inertia of cut portion around its center O dash will be equal to how much? Mass. Its mass is m. Radius is how much? R by 3. So R square by 9 hoga into 2. So this much is the moment of inertia around O dash of the cut portion. But we have to calculate the moment of inertia of remaining portion around O. So what we will be doing? We will be calculating now moment of inertia of cut portion through O. So simply we will be applying parallel axis theorem. Done. So what is the distance between these two centers? This distance is your R. Done. And this distance is your R by 3. So this distance will be how much? R minus R by 3. That is your 2R by 3. Done. So this distance is 2R by 3. Done. Now calculate the moment of inertia around O. So it will be equal to mr square by 18 plus mass into that distance ka square. So that is your 4r square by 9. Done. Now I'm just writing here 2 for the convenience. So if you're going to add it, we will be getting what? 9 mr square by 18. So how much value we are going to get? We are going to get mr square by 2. Done. So this is our mr square by 2. Am I correct? Yes. So this is mr square by 2, and this is 9 mr square by 2. We have to subtract these two to calculate the I remaining. If we are going to subtract it, what value we are going to get? We are going to get 8 mr square by 2. So the correct answer will be 4 mr square. Done. Correct answer will be what? 4 mr square. Done. So this was the logic. You all know now. Answer मैंने यहाँ गलत लिखा है. This option will be A. B option tab hota when this cut portion was sharing center with the original one. Had the question been like this, your correct answer would have been B. Otherwise, for this question, it is A. Done. Chalo, theek hai. Now, take this question. I will give you again some 2 minutes of time. This question is from your rolling motion. Done. Each one of you are familiar with rolling? Everyone out here, or any doubt in that? मतलब basics of rolling I'm asking. Yes, just give a yes reaction if you all are familiar with this rolling thing. चलो ठीक है. और सारे लोग क्या हुआ? व्हाट इज रोलिंग? रोलिंग में क्या होता है तुम्हारा? हमारे पास अगर कोई भी एक ऐसा कुछ भी थिंग है, कुछ भी ले लो, बीट रिंग, डिस्क, सॉलिड स्फीयर, हॉलो स्फीयर, वॉट एवर इट इज, एंड इफ इट इज मूविंग, सबसे पहले तो इन रोलिंग का मतलब क्या होता है? रोलिंग विल हैव बोथ काइंड ऑफ मोशन, इट विल हैव ट्रांसलेशन प्लस रोटेशन, डन, बट दैट इज ऑल्सो नॉट इनफ. Even if it is translating and rotating, it may not be rolling, it may be sliding. Then so rolling का मतलब होता है कि whatever point of contact is with the surface, that point of contact will have no velocity with respect to the surface. Then so if my surface is ground, and ground which is in rest, है ना, तो ग्राउंड की वेलोसिटी क्या होती है? जीरो लेते हैं हम लोग. एंड इफ दिस बॉडी इज रोलिंग, its center of mass has velocity, suppose cm, and it is rolling like this, done. So what will happen? This point of this sphere will have velocity equal to the ground, that is, it will have velocity equal to zero, right? So this point will have velocity what because of translation it will have velocity in this direction, you know, and because of rotation, you just see the sense of rotation, it will have velocity in this direction. And if it is rolling if it is rolling on a ground, then Bcm should be equal to omega r. So this is the basic. And if it is rolling on a surface which is already moving in the forward direction with velocity v naught, suppose, then Vcm minus omega r should be equal to v naught. So all these things you must have studied, right? Just a recap. Now do this question. I just want you to know the basic. Basic is very important now. If you are getting easy questions from the rolling, you should be able to do it. Otherwise, you will lose some marks, right? That should not happen. चलो जल्दी से बताओ क्या आ रहा है आंसर. Everyone out here, let me know. And if it is like sounding very much different, then also let me know. डिफरेंट मतलब कुछ ऐसा लग रहा है जो पहले कभी किया ही नहीं है, बट किए होगे जरूर, बट स्टिल लेट मी नो इफ एनी सच काइंड ऑफ प्रॉब्लम यू आर फेसिंग. चलो ऋषभ, वेरी गुड, हैप्पी. Okay, I'm waiting for more answers. Please let me know fast. Then, so what the question is, a string is wound around a hollow cylinder. This is a hollow cylinder actually. Then hollow cylinder it is. It is of mass 5 kg and radius 0.5 meters. So mass is how much? 5. This is radius. Radius is 0.5 meter. Mass is 5 kg. Then what is happening? If the string is now pulled with the horizontal force of this 40 Newton and cylinder is rolling without slipping on a horizontal surface, then the angular acceleration of cylinder will be. Question is very easy actually. So यहाँ पे देखो, जब भी I have told you earlier also, if you have to calculate the torque, always choose to calculate torque around 2 points. One point can be your center of mass always, and another point is the point around which it is rotating. Then or rolling के case में another point you can take the point of rest, that is the point at which it is touching the ground. So इन दोनों points के around कोई भी एक point ले लो जिसके around तुम torque को निकालो, ठीक है? Convenient है, center of mass लेते हैं, ठीक है? So around center of mass, calculate torque. Now, if body is rolling, you must have studied that rolling is only it's possible only if there is friction on the surface. Means surface is not frictionless, so there must be friction. Now let's see. So torque of this 40 Newton will be how much? R cross F. So this torque because of 40 Newton is how much? Tau 1 मैं लिखती हूँ, ठीक है? So that is 40 into R. In which direction? This direction. Now this torque will try to rotate this hollow cylinder in this sense, no? So if it is trying to rotate it in this sense, it means the point of contact with the surface will try to go in this direction. So friction will act in which direction? Friction will act in the forward direction because friction always opposes the relative motion. So friction direction will be here. This is only important in this question. So friction is here. Now, because of friction also there will be torque. Let's calculate that torque now. So R cross F. Now this torque is how much? Tau 2 लिखते हैं, चलो. So that is R into F. And this is in opposite sense, I guess. Yes, this is in your opposite sense. So net torque will be how much? Net suppose कर लो ये इधर ही चल रहा है. So net torque will be how much? 40 minus F R. Done. So this is the net torque. Now net torque can be equated to moment of inertia into alpha. That we can write here, right? Friction we don't know. Now let's write the equation for translation also because rolling is sum of both. So translation के लिए आप equation क्या लिखोगे? Two forces are acting. F plus 40 will be equal to mass into acceleration. So mass into acceleration. Now we have two equations, two variables. We can easily solve it, right? Here also there will be one more relation, and that relation for rolling is true. The velocity of center of mass will be equal to omega r, and acceleration of center of mass will be equal to alpha r. Okay. So here either you change a to alpha, because here in the question angular acceleration is asked. So change a to alpha. So it can be written as how much? M alpha r. Done. So it can be written as M alpha R. So F into 40 is this. So F you can calculate from here now. F will be equal to how much? M alpha R by, sorry, F plus 40 है ना ये? हाँ, F plus 40. Sorry, J into दिख रहा है. Sorry, that is F plus 40 ना. Now you both, now everyone just solve this and you will be getting the answer. So F plus 40 you already have. एक काम कर लो, F plus 40 यहाँ लिखो, इक्वल टू कितना है? M अल्फा R. दिस R को इधर लेकर जाओ, ये हो जाएगा 40 minus F will be equal to how much? I अल्फा by R. I का वैल्यू भी पुट कर दो, दोनों को ऐड कर लो, फ्रिक्शन कट हो जाएगा ना. 80 इक्वल टू कितना बचेगा तुम्हारा? अल्फा को कॉमन ले लो. सो M R प्लस I का वैल्यू क्या होगा? दिस इज योर हॉलो सिलेंडर ना. So mr square by r. So this will become your 2mr. Then this will become 2mr. So alpha will be equal to how much? 80 by 2 into mass is how much? 5. R is how much? 5 by 10. So this will be equal to how much? 16 radian per second square. So that's your answer. Now this is again a very easy question. I'm going to give you some 1.5 minutes. Let me know the answer first. Again, from the rolling only. Check once. Q and P are equidistant, that is correct, but just check the sense of velocity direction because of rotation at Q and P. Just draw the tangent at trajectory and you will get the direction of velocity. That won't be same now. So their addition won't be same. Nimesh, check with that again. डन। क्या हो गया, कुछ तो नहीं करना यहाँ पे। जैसे देखो करना क्या है, अगर तुम्हारे पास why everyone getting C, I don't know, it won't come C actually. What's the thing in rolling actually? Rolling में body will have both translation and rotation. So at any point, if you have to calculate the velocity, you will see that point has velocity because of rotation in what sense and because of translation in what sense. Suppose I'm giving you an example. Suppose this is rolling like this, omega, with omega it is rotating and translating in the forward direction with velocity v, suppose. Done. And suppose we have to calculate the velocity of this point here. So how we will do that? Translation, if it is translating with velocity v, it means each point of the body will translate with velocity v in the same direction. Done. So if its center of mass is translating in the forward direction with velocity v, every point of this body will translate with velocity v in the forward direction. So because of translation, this point will have velocity v in this sense. Now, because of rotation, it will have velocity in what sense? So it is rotating like this. Done. अगर आपने rotation की वजह से निकालना सीखा होगा velocity, तो just here if I say, so here I will draw the tangent. It is rotating in this sense, so tangent will have this direction. This point will have velocity in this sense. This point will have velocity in this sense. This point will have velocity in what sense? It is rotating something like this, no? Done. So tangent here in this direction. This one, omega r distance, which one you will be taking? This distance. If it is small r, then it will be omega r. So this point will have velocity v in this sense because of translation, and omega r in this sense because of rotation. R is what? Distance of that point from the center, right? So net velocity will somewhere here, depending on the magnitude. Then here also we were given 2 points, O and P, CO and CP, like that is Q, I guess. So CQ and CP are at the same distance. So if this distance is r, this is also how much? R. That is given in the question. But we will have to look carefully what is the orientation of velocity because of rotation and translation. Again, because of translation, every point will have the same orientation. So if it is going forward with velocity v, so point Q will have velocity because of translation in this sense. Point P will have velocity in this direction because of translation. Then both will have same because of translation. Now come to the rotation. If it is going forward, then it must be rotating like this. Done. So if this is the sense of rotation at this point, if you're going to draw the tangent at this point, its velocity will be somewhere here. So if you're going to draw the tangent at this point, its velocity will be somewhere here. Done. Clear hai? So omega r for point Q, if I write, this is V, and this is my what? Omega r. Angle between these two is how much? Acute angle it is. Done. We will be adding it accordingly. Now come back to here. So here velocity because of rotation will be in this sense. Done. Here velocity due to rotation will be in this sense, and here velocity because of rotation will be in this sense. Now for this is for point Q, and for point P, if I draw, velocity is in this sense because of translation, and because of rotation it is somewhere here, and that is your omega r. Done. अच्छा, question, my God. क्वेश्चन ये है कि डिस्क जो है ना वो रोल कर रहा है. डन. और रोलिंग मोशन में आपको दिया हुआ है 2 पॉइंट्स. वन पॉइंट इज पी, अनदर पॉइंट इज क्यू. पूछ ये रहा है हमसे कि पी और क्यू का नेट वेलोसिटी क्या होगा. ठीक है, नेट वेलोसिटी का रिलेशन क्या होगा. डन. सो पी क्यू और सी, पी क्यू और सी के वेलोसिटी को रिलेट करना है. डन. So what I did now, if it is rolling, it will have translational motion, it will have rotational motion. Because of translation, I have taken its velocity as v. Angular velocity I have taken as omega. Now let's calculate the net velocity of each point. Center will have only one velocity because of translation. Done. Because it's rotating around the center now. So it will have only one component, v. Now Q के लिए हमने क्या किया? translation की velocity will be same for each point, but for rotation direction will be different. Then here the direction for rotation will be where, if you're going to draw the tangent, just यहाँ पे मैं एक point लेती हूँ. So if here velocity because of rotation will be in this sense, so here it will be somewhere here. Done. And here velocity because of rotation will be somewhere here because it's rotating like this. Done. So that thing I have done. Q and this is your P, and C के लिए क्या draw करोगे? C will have only one velocity, that is this. Now just compare these velocities. This is acute angle now. This is obtuse angle. So if you're going to add, addition of vector looks like what? A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Done. Cos is positive only in first and fourth quadrant. So if this angle is obtuse in second quadrant, it means this value is going to be negative. Done. And in first case, this value is going to be positive. So with V square and omega r k square, say something will get added in the first case, something will get subtracted in the second case. So you can clearly see here, Vp is what? Vp is less than what? Vp is less than Vq, and Vc will be what? Vc is equal to V. So how you can compare this one with others? What will be the value of VQ if you see like A square plus B square, you are subtracting something. So will this value will be less than V or greater than? जल्दी से बताओ यार क्या होगा यहाँ पे options. I have given you enough things now, no? Just tell me the option now. ऋषभ, greater than D, ये आपने क्या लिखा है? Option D. Option B, how you people are getting? फिर से बताओ मुझे थोड़ा. VQ will be less than BC. You are saying VQ will be less than BC कैसे होगा? D option कैसे होगा? VQ can be less than yes, no, that's correct. Q तुम्हारा ये है ना, Q में दोनों चीजें ऐड हो रही है, तो ये कैसे हो जाएगा? VQ less than BC नहीं होगा ना, VQ will be greater than BC. Yes. So option A is going to be what? Correct na? Yes. Chalo, done hai. Let's move ahead now where we have consumed lots of time. Magnitude of angular momentum. Jaldi se batao mujhe. Just you need to tell me the formula here. Fast batao formula kya hoga. Again, this is a rolling. For rolling motion, you must have studied angular momentum calculation. So angular momentum calculation kya hoga? Yes, this that is because of rotation only, na? So yes, Noor. That is because of rotation only. But rolling में क्या होता है? Rolling में दोनों चीजें होती है ना? It is sum of rotation plus translation. So angular momentum will come because of these two factors. Because of these two factors. Done. So because of what you will write, angular momentum here total will be equal to ICM omega plus MV CM into R. R is what? R is, yes, no. R is what? R you will calculate according to around which point you have to calculate. Done. Here we have to calculate around O. So just draw a line. Just draw a line passing through its center. So its linear momentum of this disc will be in this direction, MV. We have to calculate angular momentum around O. So आप क्या करोगे? Angular momentum हम कैसे निकालते हैं? अगर linear momentum पता है तो R cross P. So around O we are calculating R cross P. So R और P के बीच का angle 90 डिग्री है. Distance क्या है? रेडियस के बराबर ही डिस्टेंस जाएगा यहाँ पे. सो ICM ओमेगा प्लस MVCN R. Just remember this formula. Now just tell me which statement is wrong or right. Fast. जल्दी से करके बताओ. Just some 40 seconds. Just a recall of concepts. ठीक है, जल्दी से बताओ. Come on.
मैम ये सिंगल करेक्ट है या फिर मल्टीपल चॉइस है?
सिंगल है, सिंगल. Rishabh, no. Look carefully now. करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट चूज करना है. A particle moves in a circular path with decreasing speed. Speed is decreasing, right? So V value is changing. Direction will definitely change. Angular momentum remains constant. Angular momentum of that particle, yes, no. Angular momentum क्या होगा यार? ये एक पार्टिकल है जो कि ऐसे जा रहा है, ऐसे. What will be its angular momentum? Angular momentum, how we calculate? R cross MV. So what we are going to see here, R, this is R, and here its velocity will be in this sense, so R cross MV. Here its velocity will be in this sense, so R cross MV. Here its velocity will be in this sense, so R cross MV. Now, everywhere you just see the direction. Direction is clockwise, right? Angular momentum remains constant. Not क्योंकि V का value is changing. Angular momentum won't remain constant. Acceleration A is towards the center. Acceleration A towards the center कैसे होगा? Circular motion याद करो तुम लोग. क्या होता है circular motion में? If it is moving with a uniform speed, then there will be only one acceleration, that is centripetal. So in that case, acceleration will be towards the center. If velocity is changing in magnitude, if it is changing in magnitude, it will have tangential acceleration also now. So if it has tangential acceleration, net acceleration will be somewhere here. A centripetal and A tangential. Net acceleration will be not towards the center. So it is wrong. It is wrong. Particle move in a spiral path with decreasing radius. No, it's not a charged particle that it will spiral down to nucleus. So it's also wrong. Direction of angular momentum remains constant. That is what? True. ठीक है, चलो डन है. बेसिक्स यार पता रखो, ठीक है. Done है. Finally, you just tell me the answer of this question. Again, in the rolling case, energy, total kinetic energy आप क्या लिखोगे? Total translational kinetic energy plus total rotational kinetic energy. दोनों को add करना है. Just tell me give me the answer now. Fast. जितने जल्दी कर सकते हो करो.
मैम लेकिन तो हाइट का पूछ रहे तो हमें काइनेटिक एनर्जी लगाना होगा.
आप देखो एक बार. टेक 1 minute ना, 1.5 minute लो, देखो. But it is rolling throughout. That is given in the question. Roll without slipping all throughout. Read this statement carefully. हाँ, अच्छे से करो. Take time. I'm giving you 1.5 minutes. No worries. Question is very simple actually. यहाँ पे slipping like both roll without slipping all throughout. So that this statement has made your question quite easy. Done. You don't need to bother about the inclined plane पे which motion is going to stop, translation or rotation. It is rolling throughout. It means it will roll, and at a point it will stop motion totally. Means it will be in rest completely at maximum height. Done it? I have picked the easiest question. Yeah, do it. Actually, you just need to imagine now what will happen. Like here it is rolling. Rolling का मतलब क्या होगा? We will be always equal to omega r. But as it is going up, what will happen? V will decrease. Omega will also decrease such that V will be always equal to omega r, right? So this situation is going to be true throughout, and there but V is decreasing, omega is decreasing, both are adjusting itself. And at maximum height, what will happen? It will completely come to rest. Done. So that is happening here. So initial energy आप लिख लो ना. What will be the initial energy for your solid sphere? What will be the energy? Total energy of solid sphere के लिए अगर आप लिख रहे हो, तो क्या लिखोगे? Half mv square. Same linear speed से start हुआ है ना, so v दोनों में ही लेना होगा. Half ICM we will write. So solid sphere के लिए what you will be writing the moment of inertia 2/5 mr square into v square by r square. Done. So this is total energy of solid sphere, and at highest point this will be equal to mgh, right? Now write the total energy for what? That is your solid cylinder. So this is solid cylinder. Now what you will be writing? Mass is same now. Identical radii approach and inclined plane is same linear velocity. Even if it is not same, it will get cancelled now. So nothing to worry about. So आप यहाँ पे क्या लिखोगे? Half mv square. V is same in both cases, right? Half into solid cylinder means disk की तरह act करता है. Moment of inertia you will be taking as mr square by 2 into v square by r square, and this will be equal to mgh2. Calculate h1 h2. Compare. Just take the ratio of these two. Done. क्या doubt क्या था इसमें? It's not a complicated case. जैसे अगर अच्छा क्वेश्चन होता, एक्सिस के अराउंड रोटेट कर, रोलिंग मोशन में we just take the rotation around this center of mass. Done. It's rotating around center of mass, and with time this center of mass is also moving forward. But in rolling motion, if you have to consider the pure rotation, then we can take that as around the point of contact. Done. But जो हम लोग like v equal to omega r जो हमने लिखा है यहाँ पे omega we have calculated like कि this is rotating around center of mass. Done. So around center of mass.
मैम इसमें जो है ना ये कंफ्यूजन हो गई थी कि मतलब कि ये मतलब डायमेट्रिकली रोल कर रहा है या फिर एक्सिस के बाद रोल कर रहा है, तो इसलिए हमने वो मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया थोड़ा गलत ले लिया डायमेट्रिकली.
अच्छा नहीं, अगर आपको रोलिंग दिया हुआ है ना, एंड इफ यू आर एडिंग बोथ द मोशंस रोटेशन एंड ट्रांसलेशन दोनों को काउंट कर रहे हो, तो रोटेशन यू हैव टू टेक अराउंड सेंटर ऑफ मास. डन. चलो ठीक है. So this is a good question again, but very easy. Do it now. ठीक है. Take some 3 minutes I am giving and do it. अब देखो रोटेशन के भी कुछ अच्छे क्वेश्चंस होंगे, इजी होंगे, जो हो सकता है. Done. So we have to catch that. जैसे प्रीवियस सेक्शन में मैंने काफी लार्जली डिस्कस किया था कंजर्वेशन ऑफ लीनियर मोमेंटम कब होता है, when there is no external force acting, and conservation of angular momentum we will do when no external torque is acting. So again, identifying system is very important. In the last section I have discussed a lot about that. So here also same question is, only thing is कि वहां पे हम लोग linear momentum की बात कर रहे थे, यहाँ पे angular momentum done, but system selection similarly you have to do. Then do it and solve it now. Take your 3 minutes, do it. Hello, should I explain? Okay, done. कोई नहीं. Let's do it. तो यहाँ पे देखो क्वेश्चन क्या है. Let me read the question carefully. Accordingly we will move. ठीक है. There is a horizontal circular platform of radius 0.5 meter. Then its radius is how much? Of this circular platform, radius is 0.5 meter. Now, and its mass is how much? 0.45 kg. Done. Now what is happening? Two massless spring toy guns. Toy guns are there, each carrying a steel ball of 0.05 kg and are attached to the platform at a distance 0.25 meter. So this is one toy gun and this is another toy gun, and from the center, their distance is where 1 is here. Its distance is how much? 0.25. So its distance is 0.25 on the both sides. Let it consider as the center of platform. So there are two toy guns. Now what is happening? Each gun simultaneously fires the balls horizontally and perpendicular to the diameter in opposite directions. Done. Now they are firing the balls. So one is firing the ball along this direction and another is firing the balls along this direction. Then this is happening. After after leaving the platform, means it will go like this, and here it will leave. It will also come here, and here it will leave. So after leaving the platforms, the balls have horizontal speed of 9 meters per second with respect to ground. Then the rotational speed of platform after the balls leave the platform is. Now, how we can solve it? We can easily solve it by applying conservation of angular momentum. Just we have to be careful about taking the system. So देखो मैं यहाँ पे करती हूँ इसको. Suppose कर लो ये circular platform है और ये दो जो toy guns है. मैं इन तीनों को एक system लेती हूँ. So my system is what? My system is platform plus 2 toy guns. So they are my system. Then now if I have made them system, it means what is happening inside them is the internal thing. And what will happen outside them will be external thing. So here, what is happening? Toy guns are getting released, getting fired. So this is an internal phenomenon because toy gun and platform together constitute a system. So वो दोनों ही मेरे system के अंदर आ रहे हैं. So whatever is happening inside the system. Again, if things are happening inside the system, it means no external force, no external torque is applying. It means we can conserve angular momentum. If we are considering these three things as a system, we can conserve the angular momentum of this system because no external force or torque is acting. Everything happening is internal, right? Done. हो गया. Initially क्या था? सब कुछ rest में है. Its angular momentum initially is how much? It is 0. ठीक है? So initial angular momentum is 0. Now finally what is happening? You are firing it. So the moment it got fired, what happened? This ball has a velocity in this horizontal direction, right? Done. So if it has a horizontal velocity, then it will have angular momentum around the center. जैसे suppose कर लो कि यहाँ पे इस ball की velocity b है, जब वो platform के अंदर ही. So its angular momentum will be how much? R cross mb. mb is in this direction, so R cross mb. Clockwise direction में. Similarly, it will also have angular momentum because this ball is also getting fired. Now R cross mb. So both angular momentum are in the same direction. So inside system, if we are firing this ball, two component of the system, that is two gun balls will gain angular momentum in the same direction. Then, so how much angular momentum because of two guns? How much we are going to get? That is equal to 2 into R mb. R is what? R is distance of center from this point. What is m? Mass of the gun. And what is b? Velocity of the ball at any instant. And 2 is what? 2 times I have done because total I have added. Done. So it's getting certain angular momentum. Then this platform must get an angular momentum in such a sense that total angular momentum of the system will become 0. Then it means if because of these two balls, angular momentum is in this sense, then platform must rotate in this sense to have an angular momentum in the anti-clockwise direction. Done. So this platform is definitely going to rotate. And if it is rotating with omega, then I can say its angular momentum will be ICM omega. Because around center we have calculated the angular momentum of these two small particles also. Done. So applying conservation of angular momentum, ICM omega must be equal to what? 2 into R mb. Now which velocity we need to take? It is asking omega value when ball is just leaving the platform. And when it is just leaving the platform, its velocity is how much? 9 meters per second. So यहाँ पे आप 9 put कर दो. Now you just put the values. This is a circular platform, है ना? So this will act like a disc. So here mass of platform 0.5, 0.45, R square by 2 you will be writing. So 25 into 10 to the power minus 2. Calculation देखना ध्यान से कहीं गलत ना हो. So mr square by 2 into omega will be equal to 2 into this distance. This distance was how much? 0.25. So this is this into 2 into r into mass was how much? Mass of individual was 0.05. So 5 by 100 again into velocity was 9. So now calculating how much value you're getting. This is 25. This is 25. And this is 45. 100 लिख लो यहाँ पे. 9 से 5 times में ये चला जाएगा. This 100 got cancelled. And this is 5 into 2, 10 हो जाएगा. So 5 into 2 को आप यहाँ से एक 10 से कट कर लो. What value we are getting now? Omega value will be what is remaining? 2 divided by 5 into 10 to the power minus 2. That will go up. Then it will become एक 0 यहाँ भी था ना. So omega value. So 1 0 will remain here. How much value we are going to get? 4. Okay. So 4 will be the answer. So question was not difficult. We just needed to be careful about actions. Yes. 4 will be the answer. Correct. चलो ठीक है. Now let's do the last question from rotation. And going forward, हर class में मैं एक question rotation का easy to average level का add करती रहूंगी. ठीक है. So just look at this question again. This is very easy. You just need to be careful. Do it now. Again, I'm giving you 3 minutes. This question we already did actually. Just some 2 questions back.
मैम इस क्वेश्चन में निकालना है क्या हमें?
V2 निकालना है यार. यहाँ पे 2 balls are given ना, A and C. I mean, yeah, 2 diagrams है ना. In one diagram you can see one ball, another diagram another ball. Here first ball is having velocity v1 and it's rolling down to B. Again in second diagram it is having velocity v2 here and it is rolling down to D. And at B and D both the balls are having same velocity. Then you have to calculate v2. Done?
मैम एक मिनट.
Yeah, do it. Yes, come on, you can do this very easily. ठीक है, सही से करो. Just to boost your confidence, ना, you should also like do questions. Like यहाँ पे ये question काफी easily हो सकता है. That will boost your confidence to do it. इस क्वेश्चन में तुम्हें बस बेसिक ऑफ रोलिंग पता होना चाहिए, ओनली बेसिक. डन. And after that, the question is about conservation of energy, nothing else. You just have to conserve energy between A and B and C and D, nothing else. Okay, so somewhat it seems correct, but what answer you're getting? No. You need to solve actually. No. In place of 3, if you root 4, na, reserve, your answer will be there. हाँ, मुझे लगता है आपने कुछ कैलकुलेशन मिस्टेक किया है. चलो ठीक है, यू पीपल ट्राइड एंड कुछ कैलकुलेशन मिस्टेक हुआ होगा आई गेस. चलो देखते हैं. सो व्हाट द क्वेश्चन इज कि यहाँ से एक टू आइडेंटिकल यूनिफॉर्म डिस्क. सबसे पहले तो दोनों की ज्योमेट्री सेम है, बोथ आर डिस्क. ठीक है, डन है. एंड दे आर रोलिंग विदाउट स्लिपिंग ऑन two different surfaces. So from A to B, in between A and B, these are rolling. Nothing else is happening. C and D के बीच में भी this ball is rolling. Now A is starting with velocity v1, C is starting with velocity v2. But the question is given कि at B this is having the velocity same as what velocity this ball is having at B. So when this ball has reached B and this ball has reached at D, both are having same velocity here. So you just imagine if both are having same velocity at point B and D, it means energy of this ball and energy of this ball are equal at point B and D. Done. मतलब energy of first ball and energy of second ball, both are same ना. Clear है, क्योंकि both are having same velocity at B and D. Done. So both are having same energy and throughout there is no non-conservative force acting. ऐसे भी rolling motion में even if friction is present, that won't change its energy, right? Because its point of contact always remains in rest with the surface. So friction is not doing any work. It means no resistive force has done any kind of work. It means its energy will remain conserved. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि whatever energy the ball is having at this point, first ball, same amount of energy second ball is having at this. Done. Now let's write the energy actually. So this is a uniform disk now. So for disk, if disk is rolling and if I'm going to write its energy, then I will write half mv square plus half I omega square. I of this used to be how much? mr square by 2. Omega square means b square by r square. So r will get cancelled and we will be getting half mv square 1 plus half. So how much value we are going to get? 3 by 4 mv square energy. Done. So the energy of first ball at A will be how much? Like energy of this ball at A is going to be how much? 3 by 4 mv1 square. Sorry. Energy at B and D both will have same energy, no? Not at A and C actually. At this and this point, they're having different velocity. Sorry. So 3 by 4 mv1 square. First ball is having this much kinetic energy at A. Now, if it is reaching B, at A, its energy will be, oh my God, why I'm doing this? At A, what will be its energy? A is at what height? 30 meter height. ठीक है, चलो एक काम करते हैं, रेफरेंस लाइन ले लेते हैं. So if I call this reference line at 0, as 0, so at point B, I'm first focusing on the first ball. ठीक है, at point B, its potential energy will be 0. Done. will have only kinetic energy, and at point A it will have kinetic energy equal to 3/4 mv1 square plus kinetic plus potential energy. How much? mgh. So mg into 30. So same amount of energy it will have at B. Done. So at B its energy will be how much? This much. Now come to the second ball. So second ball at point C. Yes. Yes.
Ma'am, this is 30 centimeter downward, so minus 30.
I have taken, just see here, I have taken this h equal to 0 now. So this height is 0. So whatever is above this line will be taken as positive, and whatever is below this line will be taken as negative. For which one you are talking? You are saying about 27 meters.
No.
Yes.
30 के लिए क्या?
Yes.
30 के लिए.
हाँ 30 तो पॉजिटिव लेंगे ना, क्योंकि रेफरेंस लाइन डेटम लाइन इज दिस ना. So this is the reference line. Whatever is above it will be taken as positive. Whatever is below it will be taken as negative. So this A point is above this line ना. So this height will be taken as positive. Done.
मैम आप एनर्जी B की लिख रही हो ना?
Yes.
एनर्जी आप B की लिख रहे हो?
हाँ आप A पे लिखो, B पे लिखो. जो एनर्जी A पे होगा वही एनर्जी B पे होगा. क्यों? क्योंकि यहाँ पे बीच में कोई भी डिसिपेटिव फोर्स काम नहीं किया है, कोई भी एनर्जी लॉस नहीं होगा, बिकॉज दिस इज रोलिंग ना.
ओके.
आर यू गेटिंग मी? ओके. जैसे रोलिंग के केस में क्या होता है ना, जैसे आपने पढ़ा होगा ना कि अगर बॉडी रोल कर रहा है तो व्हाट हैपेंस, ये जो पॉइंट ऑफ कांटेक्ट होता है ना, ये रेस्ट में होता है विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू द सरफेस. सो सरफेस के रिस्पेक्ट में उसका स्लाइडिंग हो नहीं रहा, और जब स्लाइडिंग नहीं होगा तो फ्रिक्शन कोई काम नहीं करेगा. डन. सो इवन इफ देयर इज फ्रिक्शन प्रेजेंट एंड द बॉडी इज रोलिंग, इट मींस व्हाट? फ्रिक्शन इज नॉट डूइंग वर्क ओवर इट, राइट? सो इट्स एनर्जी विल रिमेन सेम थ्रू आउट. डन. तो यहाँ पे ए पे आप जो भी एनर्जी लिख रहे हो वही बी पे होगा, क्योंकि फ्रिक्शन इज नॉट डूइंग एनी वर्क, राइट? नाउ लेट्स राइट एनर्जी एट for the second ball at C और D. आप जहां भी लिखो energy will be same throughout. तो चलो लिखती हूँ मैं C पे. What will be the value? 3/4 mv2 square here, and how much height it will be taken at? Again take the reference line, this one passing through D. So it will be equal to mg into 27. Done. So for both balls we have written the energy, and it is said that if when they reach B and D they are having same linear speed. Done. उनका लीनियर स्पीड B और D पे सेम है. So B and D पे they are having same kinetic energy. It means their energy are what? Same throughout. Done. So we will simply equate these two and we will be getting the answer. ठीक है? Got it? Clear है? अच्छा मैं कैलकुलेट कर दूं. 3/4 मास को क्या लिखोगे आप? मास तो कैंसिल हो जाएगा ना हर जगह से. if you are going to equate it, so v1 square minus v2 square, 9 minus v2 square, this will be written as what? This minus this I have done now. So 30 minus 27, that will be equal to your 3. So this 3 will get cancelled. 9 minus v2 square will be equal to 4. Sorry, 9 minus v2 का 9 minus v2 square है ना, but this is coming wrong. अच्छा जी था ना, जी को मैंने कैंसिल कर दिया यार. जी है ना, 10 into 30 होगा, 10 into 27 होगा. If you are going to subtract it, this will become 30 actually. So here it is going to be properly calculate करो, calculation में mistake नहीं होना चाहिए. So what value we are going to get? 3 से ये 10 times में जाएगा ना, और अगर ये क्यों नहीं आएगा नूर, ये बताओ. You can speak up.
मैम जैसे कि आपने ये मतलब ए से बी वाले में आपने तो टोटल एनर्जी लिखी है, मतलब हम पिछले वाले क्वेश्चन में जो हमने लिखा था मतलब फाइनल एनर्जी इक्वल्स टू इनिशियल एनर्जी, तो यहाँ पे तो वैसे नहीं है.
मैं नहीं समझ रही हूँ क्या बोल रहे हो. यस
मैम जैसे पिछले क्वेश्चन में जो है हमने जैसे कि ए से बी वाले के लिए हम जो है इनिशियल एनर्जी इक्वल टू फाइनल एनर्जी लिखेंगे और सी से डी वाले के लिए भी इनिशियल एनर्जी इक्वल टू फाइनल एनर्जी लिखेंगे, लेकिन यहाँ पे तो
हाँ.
आपने टोटल एनर्जी लिखी है।
Again, I'm not getting your point actually. Sorry. Can you explain once more in loud voice, please? Calculation wrong है यार यहाँ पे, ठीक है, सही से करो. हाँ चलो बोलो. What was your problem? Sorry, I couldn't listen you. Sorry.
मैम हम क्वेश्चन नहीं समझ पाए, वो क्वेश्चन समझा दीजिए हमें।
अच्छा. Okay. ठीक है. Question यार बहुत ही simple है. I don't know where you people are getting stuck, but let us read it once more ना. Question is easy. चलो देखते हैं. Question क्या है? Two identical uniform discs roll without slipping on two different surfaces AB and CD. So AB और CD पे दो बॉल स्लिप कर रहे हैं. Done. दोनों का ही मास सेम है. दोनों ही तुम्हारा यूनिफॉर्म डिस्क है. Done. Geometry भी सब everything is same. One is starting from A, another is starting from C. One is starting from 3 meter per second, another is starting from the speed v2 meter per second. That's not given, that we have to calculate. Now, one more information is given कि when they reach B and D with the same linear speed, they are reaching B and D with same linear speed. So यहाँ पे ball A is having velocity V and यहाँ पे another ball is having velocity V. Now चलो सब कुछ भूल जाते हैं, लेट्स फॉरगेट द कैलकुलेशन. सो यहाँ पे अगर आप डेटम लाइन को ये लेते हो, रेफरेंस लाइन लेते हो आप यहाँ पे, हाँ जी का वैल्यू 10 ही यूज करना है. यस. सो यहाँ पे अगर आप डेटम लाइन ये बनाते हो, फर्स्ट डायग्राम में देखो तो ये मेरा h इक्वल टू 0 का लाइन है, यानी कि इस लाइन पे जो भी लाई करेगा उसका पोटेंशियल एनर्जी 0 होगा. And whatever is above it will have positive potential energy. Whatever is below it will have negative potential energy. Now, this ball at point A is above this datum line. Done. So it has potential energy of mg into 30. How much above it is 30 meter? So mg into 30. How much kinetic energy it will have here? Since it is rolling, it will have both translational and rotational kinetic energy. So this much it will have. Done. So at this point, okay, got it now. So at this point, it has this much of energy. Now, if it is coming here it has only kinetic energy, right? Because potential is 0. And here also it has only kinetic energy because potential I'm taking as 0. Done. And if both speeds are same, it means their energies are equal, na? Because mass भी same है, I भी same है. That is why I've equated. अब आप इसको सही से solve कर लो, you will be getting the answer. But if you want me, इस बार मैं सही से calculate करने वाली. 4√3 नहीं आएगा यार, तुम लोग कैलकुलेशन भी मेरी तरह गलत कर रहे हो. 3/4 m, चलो मैं इस बार सही से करने वाली हूँ. व्हाट विल इट विल बी v1 स्क्वायर माइनस v2 स्क्वायर प्लस mg 30 minus 27 इक्वल टू 0. दिस विल बी द एग्जैक्ट कैलकुलेशन. डन. m को मैं कैंसिल करती हूँ और 30 minus 27 will be how much? 3 into g will be how much? 30. And this is v1 square is 9 minus v2 square equal to minus 30. It will be 30 minus 27. Done. And here it is 4. फिर से मैं गलत कर. Oh my God. चलो सही से कैलकुलेट करोगे. 3/4 था ना ये. So चलो 3/4. Again, let's write it here actually. 9 minus v2 square will be equal to how much? Minus 30. So 3 10 times गया, ये हो गया minus 40. Done. So 9 minus v2 square is equal to minus 40. Now v2 square को आप इधर लेकर जाओ, so 9 plus 40 will be, it is 49. So v is how much? Root under 49. This question took a hell lot of time. But I thought it will get done in some 3 or 4 minutes. चलो कोई नहीं. So basics should be clear. अगर यहाँ पे basic पता होता तो you would have done the things. Now we are moving on to modern physics. ठीक है. Again modern physics में I will want you all to stay ready with the calculation, क्योंकि calculation हमें बहुत सारा करना है and we have to do the revision at the same time. तो मैंने बहुत ही easy सा question सारे ही select किए हैं, but again that will make you revise the concept. चलो यहाँ पे जो question है, take your 1 minute of time and let me know. Less than 1 minute even. Stay ready. Ratio of kinetic energy to the total energy of electron in a quantum state n is. That will just tell me कि how much you have in your memory. जल्दी से बताओ क्या होगा. In this test also we have got some question from kinetic and potential energy and total energy concept of electron of hydrogen atom, है ना, आया था question. चलो जल्दी से बताओ क्या होगा यहाँ पे. Yes, yes, correct. Rest people, please come fast. हाँ, ये मेमोरी बेस्ड है. अगर नहीं आ रहा मीन्स याद नहीं है, तो चलो याद नहीं है तो याद कर लेते हैं ना. सो आंसर विल बी -1. सारे लोग 1 1 जो भेज रहे हो ना, आंसर विल बी -1. यस, आंसर -1 होगा ना. काइनेटिक एनर्जी का रेशियो पूछा था to the total energy. Total energy remain negative now. That is why system is bonded. Otherwise it will get free, will get ionized. So -1. Again total energy equal to होता है kinetic energy से, और kinetic energy क्या होता है हमारा, potential energy का half. This is the relation. So this is what I want you to remember again. Now tell me the answer for this. Again you need to calculate a bit here. So do the calculation and let me know.
मैम अगर पेपर में वैसे क्वेश्चन आया तो हमें -1 लगाने का तो होता नहीं है उसमें इंटीग्रल टाइप में.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल -1 लिखना होगा आपको डेफिनेटली. चलो जल्दी से बताओ. डू सॉल्व इट एंड लेट मी नो. मॉडर्न फिजिक्स में यू नीड टू बी फास्ट विथ कैलकुलेशन आल्सो. These all are questions of IITs only, but way back it was asked. Again, it will be good for our revision. चलो जल्दी से बताओ. But you don't need like, you need to calculate. Do it. Tomorrow, yesterday in the class only I have discussed momentum of what is happening here. If I explain the concept, what is happening? एक hydrogen atom है, ठीक है? So hydrogen atom emits a photon in going from n equal to 5 to n equal to 1. So suppose this is our n equal to 1, this is n equal to 2, and directly I'm drawing here n equal to 5. So if electron is jumping from here to here, what will happen? It means if hydrogen is jumping from excited state 5 to ground state 1, what will happen? It will lose some energy, and that energy will be getting released as, I guess you are just getting the double note. So some energy it is losing now in the form of photon. So this hydrogen atom is losing what? Photon. Done. And this photon will have certain momentum. How much momentum it will have? Again, in the previous class I have told you, if energy of light is E, photon is what? Light. So if energy of light is E, its momentum will be E by C. Done. So hydrogen atom, पहले atom था ये, इसका momentum क्या था? 0 था. Now इससे एक particle निकला जिसका momentum is E by C. So this hydrogen atom will recoil again in opposite direction with the same momentum, so that momentum of system will remain conserved. Again, conservation of momentum thing we have to apply here. Hydrogen atom initially rest. My system is hydrogen atom. Something is happening inside the system. What is happening? Excited से ground में आया. A particle is getting released, and this particle has a momentum. How much? E by C. So this hydrogen atom, to maintain the momentum equal to 0, it will recoil with certain speed, and that speed, if it is that is v, then m into v will be equal to what? E by c. So m into v will be equal to E by c. Energy of photon. Energy of photon you can very easily calculate here. We already know the energy in nth orbit, minus 13.6 z square by n square. Since this is a hydrogen atom, z will be 1 only. So n value you will be taking as what? It is jumping from 5 to 1. So you will be calculating it. Delta E ka value will be 13.61 minus 1 by 25. This will be your delta E. That is here. Delta E by C, whatever energy it is releasing. C is how much? 3 into 10 to the power 8. M kya loge aap? M is mass of hydrogen. Then mass of hydrogen means hydrogen has what? In nucleus only one proton. Electron ka mass used to be very less than that of proton. So we can neglect mass of electron. So mass of hydrogen atom will be nothing but equal to the mass of proton. Then, so yahan pe what you will be doing? Mass of proton you will be putting 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg into velocity that we have to calculate. Delta E is here 13.6 into 24 by 25. Again, this is an electron volt. So you need to calculate, convert it into joule also. And for that, you will multiply it with 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 divided by 3 into 10 to the power 8. So this is the concept. Done. So if required speed is asked in any transition process, then you have to calculate it like this. Done. Again, यहाँ पे convert करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Already converted form में हमें energy पता होता है. कितना होता है energy? जैसे देखो, total energy in nth state हम लोग क्या लिखते हैं? This much. This formula I have just given you. In form of joule, if we have to write the energy, it will be equal to minus 2.18 into z square by n square into 10 to the power minus 18 joule. Then mass of hydrogen atom itna lena hoga. ठीक है? Mass of electron we will be neglected. Then so this is all the logic that we will follow for this question. Anyone any doubt in this? देखो हमें मॉडर्न फिजिक्स में हर छोटी चीज को पिक करना होगा. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. छोटे छोटे कॉन्सेप्ट्स को अगर हम पिक कर लेंगे ना, देन ऑल दोस क्वेश्चंस वी विल बी एबल टू क्रैक. और क्वेश्चन इजी ही रहेंगे. इट वोंट बी दैट मच डिफिकल्ट, बट यू विल हैव टू बी क्विक विद द कैलकुलेशंस, confident with the calculations. So do solve lots of questions. और कल की क्लास में when I will be giving you questions, no one will be simply sitting with pen and paper. आप सभी लोग क्या करने की कोशिश करोगे? Solve करने की कोशिश करोगे. Yes, what's the doubt? 24 by 25 आपने लिखा है. ग्रेविटेशन का क्वेश्चन आई विल बी टेकिंग आफ्टर 3 days ना. 3 days के बाद आई विल बी पिकिंग अप ग्रेविटेशन एंड एसएचएम. ठीक है ऋषभ, इज इट ओके विल दैट बी ओके? और अगर चाहोगे तो एक क्वेश्चन मैं डाल सकती हूँ, बट ठीक है, क्योंकि मैंने रोटेशन का क्वेश्चन डालने का सोच रखा है. एक्चुअली 1-2 क्वेश्चन ऐसे करके ऐड करेंगे सो दैट रिवीजन होता जाए सारी चीजों का. ठीक है डन. तो ग्रेविटेशन आई विल बी पिकिंग अप क्योंकि क्वेश्चंस विल बी a bit easier. तो चलो करेंगे, टाइम ही कम है यार, करना है बहुत कुछ. डन. चलो ठीक है, फिर नेक्स्ट क्लास में मिलते हैं एंड वी विल बी डूइंग इन नेक्स्ट क्लास लॉट्स ऑफ क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम द मॉडर्न फिजिक्स. वी विल बी रिवाइजिंग ऑल द टॉपिक्स एट अ टाइम and next to next class we will be doing all those big questions. In the next class we will be doing a small questions. ठीक है, but again small question will have lots of calculations, so be prepared for the calculation. Done. चलो कल मिलते हैं फिर. Bye bye, take care, stay positive and keep enjoying. Thank you everyone. चलो bye bye, tata.